It should be live. 2, 1. We going? We're good. We are good. Hello everyone, I'm Iron Phoenix and welcome to Fallout 4. With the patch. Now, Fallout 4 looked good. Hi. Yeah, Fallout 4 looked good. I don't like this, the looks of this. I never liked the change of Fallout 76. I've just loaded up an older save, just so I don't have to go through all the vaulty bits in there. Maybe it will look better with a quick reload. Sort of will pop up and we'll go back down again. We'll pop up and we'll drop down again and just see if it fixes the lighting, because that lighting was pretty horrible. But then I never really liked the lighting in Fallout 76. I thought it was a pointless upgrade that just kind of wrapped up the system settings without actually making things look better. So I really hope they didn't bring all the lighting stuff over, but I think they did. It looks kind of just like a bit washed out, a little bit not great. Anyway, I'm gonna drop down again. I'm just gonna poke around a bit. Just have to hit this button that unlocks this deck, and then I can drop down again. I think. Yeah, okay, locks it and then it drops it down. So yeah, Fallout TV show dropped on Amazon. I've not watched it yet. I need to be in the mood for it. But as a result, people are kind of the sales of Fallout has just skyrocketed, which is great. You know, it's what you want from Fallout. It's a great world. It's a great universe, and it's a thing that more people should enjoy. But there's a lot of Fallout games out there. Yeah, I don't know. The lighting just doesn't work down here at all anymore. I don't know if it ever looked. It just, I don't know, just something not quite right about it down here. This is the problem when you just update your engine without actually doing anything to factor in bits of it. I don't know. Maybe other vaults might be better. It'll be a while till we get to any other vaults. This is right at the start of the game. So the patch includes some graphical changes of some description, frame rate tweaks. So the frame rate should be higher on 1440p, and it should now support ultra wide. What else does it do? And it adds a whole bunch of creation club content. But yeah, I think they have updated the lighting engine to what we got in Fallout 76, which I didn't like very much, I have to say. Right. Get on with looting things. But there is this question, this very interesting question. If somebody has just watched the Fallout show, I just actually need to check my settings because I don't want it to be on survival. I'll just put it on hard. Yeah, normally I'd have it on survival, but for the oh no, am I going to use this character again? Probably not. Though no, we'll leave it on survival. It doesn't matter. Survival is a really fun way of doing things. It's just a little bit brutal. Though I have turned off Horizons now on this one. This is completely unmodded, barring the Creation Club mods. That this is kind of reasonably vanilla. And I do have a gun, which I will reload. Yeah, the hands always get me. They just look so perfect and manicured, even though Wasteland, being frozen for 100, 200 years or something. Anyway, we should talk about what this even is, because before we start going into which ones to play. Right, so welcome to Fallout 4. This is a game set in post-apocalyptic America, where America and China became the two superpowers after World War II. And for quite some time they ran a sort of a Cold War with one another, which didn't really heat up until the oil ran out, basically, or the oil started to run out. America annexed Canada, and China and America suddenly went very, very hot. There's a whole bunch of other things that happened at the same time, which led to the invention of something called FEV, which is the reason for the super mutants wandering around everywhere, which is a bit of a weird thing for me, because that really shouldn't be the case. But anyway, the TV show tries to explain it of, hey, we've got these vaults, why don't you all run your experiments in them? And it's like, I don't know, I don't really like that sort of idea. But anyway, let's just talk to Cotsworth. So a lot of things have changed in this world. This is meant to be sort of 1940s, 1950s America, but with a nuclear bomb dropped on it. So everything is very sort of how they believe the future would look like without the nuclear bomb on it. So the cars are all the very sort of nice sort of shapes. So at the time, the robots are quite unique looking. So this is a Mr. Handy. It's got a rocket engine on the back that kind of keeps it aloft, and it's got these 3 eyes. And it's got arms. It's almost like an octopus, only it's got 3 arms that have got different tools on them. So I think it's like a circular saw, a flamethrower, and like a clawy arm type thing. There's a military version of this as well. We might see a military version at some point. But yeah, so we've got robots in this world, we've got cars, we've got, as you can see, there's a sort of a kitchen that's very sort of the kitchen of the future. I'm just kind of quickly skipping through all of this. The dialogue, we get to a very easy skill check, so we just the robot is losing its mind a little bit, which is kind of what you would expect them to do. They've kind of been given personalities. And to me, personally, Fallout, the Bethesda Fallouts do robots so well. They can't really do humans very well, but the robots are like this near-human personality. Unfortunately, the humans are also a near-human personality, so it doesn't really work for the humans, but it works really well for the robots. Which is why Fallout 76, when it was first released, without humans everywhere, worked really well, because everything was this near-human personality in robots. And it works so well. So anyway, we are now going to tour this, and we're going to just well, he's going to do the bulk of the fighting. I'm going to shoot the occasional thing just to get my experience up a little. So we've kind of got this VATS mode, which we can use to auto-target. And I keep accidentally targeting Cosworth. No, I think that, yeah, no. These are bloat flies. I'm going to take the meat off them, the glands. Take everything. This is a Bethesda RPG. Take everything. Just embrace your inner kleptomaniac. And we're just gonna nip around here. There's some flies in this one as well. My accuracy is not great because I'm level 1. Well, I'm level 2, I think, now. Survival mode, everything hits harder, but as do I. But I'm also a lot squishier. Right, and I got hit by something there, probably just a bloatfly thing. Bloatflies can be absolutely lethal. Right, okay, let's just talk to him again, and then we can actually start into the meat of what this game is about. But people might be coming from Fallout series anyway, and basically, the game to play, in short, is Fallout 4. If you're coming from a Fallout series, if you're wondering which one to play, Fallout 4. It's the most accessible. This will probably be quite a controversial opinion, because Fallout 4 is one of those games which is a bit controversial in that it's not an RPG. It's not an RPG like Fallout 3 was. It's something else. I don't know exactly what it necessarily is. It's certainly got RPG elements to it, but it's also got survival elements to it. Obviously, I'm playing in survival mode, so I definitely do have survival elements in it. But even in the easier game modes, where you don't have, ammunition has weight, you have to eat and drink, you have to watch your disease, all of that sort of thing. It's certainly got those elements of cooking food, drinking water, in order to add buffs or heal or whatever. So suddenly another huge element of it is base building. You can build your own base, which is not something that you can do in other Fallouts, apart from Fallout 76. Now, Fallout 76 obviously is the latest one, but again, it's not that good. Partly because it's designed as a multiplayer game, and it's not really been. That's a red roach. I am going to walk into that one apparently twice. Die. Right. Be a little bit more careful in here because I think there's another one on the wall or something. Where is it? No, we're good. No, we're good. There is one more down here, and it's underneath that mat over there. Just get near it. Where is it? There you go. That's just a rad roach. So yeah, Fallout 4 is basically the best of all worlds. It's got a reasonable story. It's got a reasonable guide to lead you on a path, but it's also it's a very dense map. So you will constantly be drawn off the map to go and do different things. So, for example, at the moment, my goal is to investigate Concord. Yeah, I'm not going to go straight to Concord. I'm going to probably go up here a little bit, grab the power armor from up here, and then maybe swing down towards Concord. But though I do also need to pick up the dog from Red Rocket first, and it's one of those games. I want to go from A to B, except I've also got to go to C, D, E, F, G, and wherever else first. You are constantly getting lured away into different elements of the game, and that is great. That's exactly what I expect from a Bethesda RPG. But it's also got the base building mechanics in it. It's got some, light survival mechanics, and certainly if you're playing in survival mode, it does a whole bunch of stuff just to make everything feel a little bit more risky. You can only save in beds, which means you either need to make sure that you know where your beds are, or set up camps or workshops to protect yourself basically from dying and going backwards. Some might say, well, why don't you start with Fallout 1, Fallout 2, you know, the first ones? Well, because they're not very accessible. Fallout 4 is a lot more accessible. They stand up incredibly well today, to a point. One of the big things is there is no auto-saving in the game at all. At least in this, if you exit, you do get an exit save. There isn't in Fallout 1 and 2. You can save, but you can't automatically save. And it's very easy to forget and lose game time because you just forgot, or you died, and then you have to go back to a previous save, which was just whenever you last saved. So yeah, they are great games, and visually they actually stand up pretty well. Because they were in that sort of perspective view, they weren't sort of, you know, face up to the textures. They did actually they do actually look still pretty good, unlike games like Fallout 3 and New Vegas, which were quite dated even when they were, you know, when they were released. They were still quite dated. So, you know, all these sort of fun things to consider when you're thinking about your first Fallout game. But I would certainly say Fallout 4 is probably my favourite, or the most accessible one. New Vegas is probably my favourite one of them, but it is a little bit more of a classic RPG, and sorry to say, it does look quite dated these days. You know, an awful lot of the systems that are put in to the games aren't quite up to more modern standards. Anyway, I'm going to heal actually for a start. I'm going to just cook up some meat and heal. I can think of this. Not going to do a huge amount of base building in this, but, you know, because they can get a little out of control. But only still in combat. Yeah, there's a mole rat. Mole rats can burrow in Fallout 4. They can't in Fallout 3. But they can in this. Obviously, we want to go for the most likely to hit. And we out of it. Yeah, we're out of it now. Easy way to tell if you're in combat, just crouch and you get the little thing up. So that should be fine. Just quickly make some. You can also make a D-sieve as well, which is good to know. Let's eat that. No, eat that. Cooked food, lowered or no disease risk, and very good chance you're not going to suffer from irradiation. If you're playing this on the Horizons mode, be really careful because everything has radiation. You can actually just basically cook yourself. That's a rad stag doe. I'm not going to be able to kill that, am I? This doesn't have the weapon wheel. Fallout 76 has a weapon wheel, and this doesn't. At least it... No, it doesn't. Which was actually quite a nice addition. Right. I can, however, put... In fact, I do need to sort out my inventory. So that one there, that on there, and that on there. And then 3, we'll pull up this. I drop down into that's going to run right in there. However, there is a 357 Magnum over it. Yeah, I do know this world quite well. Flip this, and you go up here. It's not really quite to the level of knowing exactly how many enemies are everywhere, but I've got a reasonable good... Oh, it's a 44. I've got a reasonable knowledge of this world, just because I've played it so much. almost 1,000 hours now of this game, because it is just really good. It does a really good. It's got a really good ability to just give you a world and give you a playground and allow you to just sort of mess around. Right, there's an attack dog over there. I'm not less worried about the attack dog, I'm more worried about the human. That's one down. It's the raider half down. Dog meat is doing good job, and that's them down. Good. That one usually goes horribly wrong, so I'm glad that one was reasonably easy. And part of the reason for coming up this way first is because Concord is an absolute nightmare to start off with, because there's raiders everywhere, and if I come this way, I can hopefully pick up some armor. So you can put armor over some bits of equipment. Let's take the leather left arm. Yeah. Also got some meat there, and let's eat that. Is it mongreled? Alright, chunks, and that will just heal me up a little bit. Now, we're going up towards that dish up there, mainly because there's a suit of power armor up here. You can get a suit of power armor straight off. This game, Fallout 4 and Fallout 76, they are balanced with power armor in mind, so you do need to make sure that you get a suit of power armor and you use it fairly often. Horizons is a little bit different, just because getting a suit of power armor is a lot harder in that. Let's see what we got. We've got an almost complete suit of power armor here. However, no fusion core. I wonder where we get our fusion core from. It's up here. We just need to nip into the junkyard and grab a few things out of the junkyard. Let's grab the baton. More rats in here. There's that little robot there. So what we're going to do is we are going to come in here. Get our hot rod paint job. And then we are going to eject that, because we need this hollow tape. Going into here. Activate the sentry well. Yeah. This was meant to be some sort of experimental robot. We want him active because there's more rats that will pop up, and I want him to do the bulk of the fighting for me. And I'm also going to just steal everything that's not nailed down, because it's a Bethesda game and that's what you do. So just have a quick look, see if I can. I'm going to scrap one of these. Just see if I can add a scope onto that. Standard sights. No, I don't have the equipment here, but I might do back a base. Be a bit careful, because obviously I don't know if he's got anything that's heavier than the minigun that he's got. I don't think so. Some of them do. Alright. If I go into his box, he's cool. He's the only friendly one. that you'll ever meet. And over here we've also got a fat man. I'm now severely over encumbered. Can I drop some things? So if I'm carrying anything that's ridiculously heavy. What was that? Telephone? Yeah, I can drop that. I can always come back here and in a second, because I think the power armor might give me a bit more carry weight capacity. I can't remember. Fallout 76, it's different and a little bit more complicated, but power armor. This is about as modular as well as you are, so... Oh yeah, I've got loads more carry capacity there, so I can just quickly nip over and grab all the rest of the stuff. So there is a mini nuke in here. Problem is getting it, because can't pick it up. You have to kind of bump it free and then grab it. Right. Yes, I really did just do that with a mini nuke. Right, so where did I drop that stuff? Up here. Yeah, there it is. I don't need anything else from the... Oh, there's the... There we go. Right, let's wander back to our base of operations and see if we can, you know, maybe modify this power armor a little bit. The other rather interesting thing about Fallout 4 is that it does lend itself quite well to the earlier Fallout games in some other kind of interesting ways. For example, the Brotherhood. They're jerks in Fallout 4. They're also jerks in Fallout 1. And in Fallout 2. In Fallout 3, they're just like, yeah, you want to, you know, join? Yeah, come on in. We don't know you, but sure, you can come right on in. Want power armor? Sure, have it. We'll give you power armor training. Fallout 3, they're a little bit too eager. Fallout 1, when you first meet them, they're like, yeah, sure, you can join, but you have to do something for us first. Just all you need to do, go to the area that we tell you to go to, and bring back anything of interest. We don't care what you bring back, just bring back something, you know, there's some data we want you to grab, you know, just go there. Yeah, they send you to your death. Because they don't really want anyone joining them, so they send everyone to this area known as the Glow. And they're actually very surprised when you return. Just deal with these blood bugs. Okay. So yeah, all in all, if you're looking for a Fallout game to play, Fallout 4 is a pretty good one to go with. Yeah, they have definitely. I think they have definitely done something. This is, I can't remember what they call the next gen update. I hate that phrase because everything's next gen these days. There's no, you know, it's like, you know, every console since PlayStation 2 has been next gen. You know, it's like, oh. Yeah, it's a bit of a buzzword really, that. Anyway, let's just shove all that in there, and I've got power armor stand up here somewhere. Yep, you have to be in the right place and it will do it. Come on. There we go. So I can... Yes, I am just giving it all hot rod. Flames paint because I've unlocked it and it looks quite good. I think this is one of 2 that you can get. So I'm missing an arm and a leg of this power armor, but it's just T45. So this is your bog standard military power armor that was just given to soldiers. There were better sets available as it was iterated on, and my own personal favourite is the XO1. I just like that sort of much more sort of organic look. It looks like it's been cast rather than welded. You know, it's that sort of you know, everything just looks a little bit more smooth and more organic than the T45, but that's fine. We've got T45 power armor now. We've also got a mini nuke launcher which we can use, and I've even got a level up as well. I wonder if I went completely. Normally I would get I need to find some adhesive, and then I can possibly start beefing this armor up a bit. I think there's some adhesive there. There it is. Oh, I need nuclear material for that, but I might. Right. Time to just have a little bit of a scan through this place. There's a few places I can try. See if I can find some. Adhesive. Adhesive is one of those things in Fallout where you just need buckets of, and there are a few places which you can go to in here. Where is it? There it is. It's just down here. The root cellar. The root cellar is kind of like, if you know about it, it's a great place to come to kind of just grab a good selection of stuff that you might need out in the world, including a couple of gold bars, which are very, very easy to sell by accident, or to break down by accident. But if you sell them, they are actually worth quite a bit of money. I'm going to leave them down here for now. I don't need them. All I actually came down here was that duct tape. I don't believe there's any visual changes in doing this. I just want a little bit more protection if I can get it. Because the next fight's a bit annoying to do, and I want the best possible suit of power armor for actually doing it. I'd say best. It's going to be mediocre at best, but whatever, it's fine. Yeah, we can just beef that up a bit. Right. Now, I do need to save before I do anything else. So the way that we do this in survival mode is we build ourselves a bed somewhere, and then we sleep for at least an hour. I'm going to sleep for a single hour. That's now saved. And I will also just very quickly level up. Let's not take Vans. Vans is probably the most useless one. I'll take Gunslinger. I'm going into a bit of a rough fight, and I probably will be using one of the pistols, either this or the pipe pistol. So wonder glue there. I will also just very quickly see if I can scrap that. Am I ever going to actually use a 44 pistol? I picked it up, it's like, probably not. Now the baton tire iron is actually better. So I'm going to move over to using the baton. Oh, sorry, I'm going to move over to using that. I'm going to transfer all my junk, which is a bit of a misnomer in this game, because there's no such thing as junk in my book in this game. Right, so we've got this tire iron. If we had the ability to, we could modify that. And I can use some weapons I can't use in the power armor. Very few weapons, but so if you've got power fist, for example, you can't use it in the power armor. I am a bit thirsty. Oh, damn it! I used the wrong one. Okay, now I'm properly hydrated. But we're gonna go out now and see about dealing with these raiders. There is a reason why I picked up the Fat Man. It's not for entering, it's for exiting. Because things get rather interesting, let's say. This is a fight that you want to prepare for, and the game doesn't tell you should prepare for it. But if you're playing in survival mode, it probably means that you've played through this game in a normal mode first, and going back, it's like, yeah, survival mode. You want an edge. You always want an edge with this fight, especially if you mod it. My edge is that I'm going in with power armor, and I've got 1 round of that. Fine. I think I've got a load of 38, so I can always switch over to the pipe pistol if needs be. And I've leveled up again. I'm going to quickly drop some points into something. Possibly that. Oh, there's a few good things here. Normally I would go gun nut. Might actually pick up scrounger, to be fair, because this ammunition is more scarce. So yeah, I'll need a way of getting more ammo. Various ways. Right. So, Museum of History, Museum of something or other, is under attack by raiders, and we need to move through the raiders, killing them all, and entering into the museum. And at the moment, they don't know I'm here, even though I'm trying to sneak up on them in Hot Rod Red power armor. Trying to make every shot count, and now miss them all. And this is why we came in with power armor, because they will lunge at you with switchblades. Museum of Freedom, that's it. Museum of Freedom. Now, come out here. Get a little bit of a scope on. I think we're good. Apparently we're still in caution, which is somewhat concerning. Right. So we're going to grab musket, laser musket. grab the fusion cells, and if we go over here, yeah, I've still got plenty in my power core. If I go over here, there's another Minuteman over here. And he's got some bottle caps on him, but more importantly, he's got stim pack on him and fusion cells. Which is going to be going through a few of those. And I just wonder if there's one in here. I don't know, but I think there is, though, a rifle up here. Yeah, short, and a Molotov cocktail, and a desk fan, and an expert locked safe, which we're not going to be getting into anytime soon. I can't get around on them. There you go. The roads are almost through the door. You've got no time here. You can hear that and then go off on a massive long quest, come back, and the door is still solidly closed. The raiders won't have got in. You can take your time. However, when you get in through the door, you've got two up high. You can kill one of them and then move in here. There's a guy that comes in through this door, possibly. Can't really remember. The mod I normally play with changes things. There's a guy there. Because I'm almost out of the 10mm, I'm going to move over to the pipe pistol. Got a fair amount of ammunition for that. That's really not that bad. Weirdly, just ignore the fact that the dog was like floating there. Yes, I know how to use this standard lockpicking mechanic, which hasn't changed for quite some time. Grab the power core and then duct tape, taking that. Right. So they are generally kind of useless. Level off again. Do I have any grenades? No, I don't. A nice easy way to deal with these guys is just to toss a grenade in there, but you can also do that. And let's see, anything useful? A few things. Gonna need the 5mm in a minute, so quite nice sort of you know, where they started, and you know you could say you've got Civil War era, World War II. So Civil War, presumably that's sort of your World War I soldier, World War II, and then you know the soldiers of the future. It's quite a nice sort of diorama that they added there. So we've got two raiders here. Oh, I've got Molotovs. As soon as that door opens, Molotov goes in through it. Come on. There he goes. That was not a good throw. So I'll just toss another one in as well. Should be two. Don't know where the other one is. I could have sworn there should have been 2 there. Oh, there was 2. And pipe revolver. The pipe revolver rifles are quite nice. Wonder glue. Caps. There's a whole load of containers down here, which have got some quite good loot in, if you get lucky. Right, talk to this guy. I love how it is what it is, but they're gonna basically say, hey, can you go and get the power armor, as I'm standing there in power armor. This is where the subtitles freeze, and I can't skip any further, so I've got to kind of go through it all. It's a bug which hasn't been fixed despite them dropping a 15 gig patch. Yeah. So we take that one. We also grab this bubble head and head on up. And hopefully there's going to be some parts to fix my power armor. Or finish my power armor, I should say. Yes, so they've got a right arm, right leg, and I think if I do kind of banged up, but I'll take it. The guy's power armor run out on him. And take that. However, we don't quite take that, because the first thing I'm going to do is lob a mini nuke. Next thing I'm going to do is flip back over to this one. Because Gristle was fine. We just need to kill enough raiders until the Deathclaw comes out, which is a bit of an unfortunate fight. Though, I think this game does actually handle them a lot better than Fallout 3 did. New Vegas, they are actually terrifying monsters, which is how they should be. In Fallout 1, they are literally horrible things to have to deal with. I am glad I picked up this power armor though, because health-wise, this armor's really taking it well. Yeah, Fallout 3 Deathclaws were kind of a bit of a joke. They weren't really that very scary. Whereas Fallout 1, you head into a Deathclaw nest for the first time and it just tears you apart. Ooh. And I need some take some purified water. Yeah. And take a stem. Okay, they are now dealing with the Deathclaw, which is fine by me because I'm fed up with them throwing Molotovs at me and setting me on fire. Purified water. I'll put the water out. But drinking water puts you out. Right. Well, let's get down there with my minigun. Well, let's let them deal with the. Just gonna let them deal with the Deathclaw that's on fire. And we're going to do that from this building here, because it cannot get into this building, which is good. It is fast, though. Deathclaw's down. Good. Impact dog. Take anything good out of the Deathclaw, which is not really anything good, but it does the trick. And go and deal with this lot. We'll probably also grab blacksmithing as well, because is it armor? Armor to start with. So that will allow me to start upgrading my power armor a bit. Yeah, how we deal with fortune teller. Right, think we're good. Sanctuary awaits, yeah. So this was sort of the first, I guess, hour of the game, for the most part. Can see what this has to offer. There's some Creation Club content in here, which is sort of some free DLC going after the Enclave or whatever. Because the Enclave aren't in Fallout 4. They're not an item, which is again is a you know Fallout 4 explored the Institute. It explored a new sort of idea about the world, and okay, yeah, they did throw super mutants into it as well, but they at least did try to make it a little bit more unique, whereas Fallout 3 is just a sort of a, hey, let's just play it safe. And I have quite a lot of issues with Fallout 3, just because I don't think they were, you know, pushing the envelope of the world, but then again, it was their first game with the world, so I probably shouldn't be quite so hard on them for that. But yeah, New Vegas was obviously, it was made by the original crew, so it didn't mind pushing the world and taking us somewhere new and doing some sort of new and interesting things with the world. Yeah, I still stand by, you know, the thing of if you are new to this world, play Fallout 4. It is the most accessible. It still has the stories. It still has the world building of. It's got the world building of a Bethesda game. So the world is very interesting, even if the storytelling isn't necessarily the best at all times. The world is great because it does what it needs to do. You know, it does tell a story. Right, they are going to wander up to Sanctuary at some point in the future, but I'm not too worried about that. All I want to do is get my power armor back up here, and see if I can repair it, because it did get damaged. Repair. Yes, it's just some steel. Good. And I can also upgrade it a little bit, so I'm going to. And also, we've got to paint it. Because who wouldn't want armor like that? We can modify it a little bit, maybe, depending on what we've got. Specifically the legs. Because no, I can't. I don't have the science to do that. I would need science to upgrade that. But I think that's probably fine for now. That has been Fallout 4. I don't really know what you would necessarily call it, because it isn't exactly a remaster, but it kind of is. There's obviously there's you know, they've done some stuff behind the scenes. Exactly what, I'm not entirely certain, but I think the lighting has had some tweaks, because it looks a little bit more like the Fallout 76 one, which I'm not a huge fan of. Yeah, it doesn't look bad for a game from 2015, and it's still got that. It's obviously always going to have that charm to it, and there is nothing better than seeing the glow for the first time, their version of the glow for the first time. I can't remember what it is. The glowing sea. Wandering through the glowing sea in a suit of power armor is quite incredible, I think. But anyway, I'm going to leave this here. So with that, I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.